Oh, my loves, I feel guided to go into my alignment prayer and just ask to bring forth whatever is the most beneficial for you at this time. And whatever you see on the title will be what came through. So, again, I just want to invite our higher selves here, our direct connection to the source of our creation, our own direct connection to the earth and our connection here at Harmonious Hearts. And again, just bringing forth the most beneficial, clear messages I can for you at this time. And as I sit with that, I'm immediately drawn to the message that I shared yesterday. And there's something specific coming through with each of us, no matter how we identify, actually dropping into our heart space and shoring up our own inner wounds. And something very important that's been coming through is actually just how truly important our embodiment into the physical 3D reality actually is. And I know a few weeks ago I spoke about this and it triggered some people, but I'm still gonna share it because it's the way the message is coming through. And I know there is the quote from Jesus, be in this world, but not of it. And a while back, I was saying, be in this world and be of it. And it was not out of any disrespect, it was how the energy was coming in. And I understand it much clearer now. It's not to embody and be in the world in the way that we're seeing it in the distorted versions. It's actually about us embodying all the way into physical reality in our own unique, aligned with source way. And so one of the things, the vision that I've been seeing is how so many of us have obviously been working on wanting to embody the higher energies, the 5D unity consciousness and unconditional love. And there was a portion of time. Well, I've always talked about embodying here into the physical, but there was a time, and you might still see it, where people are talking about ascending off the planet or out of the body, those types of things. And obviously, always follow whatever resonates for you. But I'm guided to talk about what I've been shown and what I've been working on, which is actually embodying more deeply into the body, into the 3D physical reality, and not only into the 3D, but into the 2D and the 1D, all the way to that void space, the foundation of creation in the zero dimension. And this is coming up because it's really about bringing those higher frequencies, the higher dimensions into physicality, right? So it's about connecting in with the 5D and higher energies in a clear, concise way, aligned with the highest power, in actually bringing that into physicality, into embodiment. So we're not foregoing the first, the second, the third, and the fourth dimension to just float up in the 5D. We are bringing the 5D and higher in, into the body, onto the planet, connecting it into our day to day lives through our actions, through our interactions, through our hearts, through our capacity to embody those higher energies into physical reality and actually living them and becoming the embodiment of the higher energies in physical form. And so that really is being in this world, but not of it. Again, there's just those steps in between where we're also embodying those higher ways of being and just remembering our true potential, remembering who we are. And so, what I feel guided to do For those of you who may want some deeper support with this, of course, you can work with me in a one-on-one, and we can connect in with your own specific energy, your embodiment into those dimensions and whatever is specific for you. But I also feel guided at this time to record a session to support that. So, for any of you who don't know, my sessions that I record are like guided meditative energy sessions, and your soul, your power is always in control. But through the experience, we actually tap in to the stream and share the energies, the keys, the codes that are available, that I'm receiving, that I'm embodying, and also whatever wants to channel through from our collective here based on what we're working on as a collective as well. So that can be good if you want to connect in with more and more results. So a one-on-one is powerful because it's clearly directed specifically for you. And the recorded sessions are the collective sessions, which are powerful because we're connecting in with results from the collective. So both are beneficial depending on what you feel guided to. I know some of you may choose to do both. Some of you may choose to do none. It's all perfect. I simply share the things I'm guided to share, and you take the messages here and run with those or participate with my offerings as you're guided. But with that said, as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to record that session. And I know I haven't done one in quite some time, so it will be available. It will be available on my website in the library area and also over on Patreon. And it will be in the pinned comments as well as my schedule. But before I sign off into that, I actually feel guided to pull a few cards just to support this energy. And it feels really important for each of us as individuals to be embodying more clearly into our own stream. But again, for those of you who are here connected to the counterpart twin flame journey, for those of you being guided to walk away from the past initiation, the past experience, and really align into this new energy. Let's call it, for right now, I'm going to call it the new earth grid. We've talked about this, but I'm actually seeing where, as we're unraveling more clearly on a larger scale from the old karmic patterns, the way the world was, it's allowing us to drop more clearly into the world that we're wanting to build. And we build it through our frequency, we build it through our capacity to hold it and embody it in physicality, because manifestation happens in the physical world. And so the more we're grounded, anchored, and centered into the earth, into our body, into all of the dimensions, the more clear we are, the stronger we are, and honestly, the more protected we naturally are, because instead of giving our energy and our stream away to other things, we're actually embodying into our own direct connection to all of the dimensions from the 0D to source. Okay. This is the way I'm being shown. This is what's resonating with me. Take it or leave it in whatever way feels aligned for you. But it's 10:10 at this moment. Oh, also today is July 13th, and it's the anniversary, the 4-year anniversary of Harmonious Hearts. So I am grateful to have been here for so long. I love that it's a 4 because that's such a foundation of stability and a nice firm foundation for us to build off here on the channel. So, for all of you who have been here with me, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been with me since the beginning and anywhere in between, I'm grateful for all of you, your connection, your support, your reciprocity, your wisdom, your intelligence, your love, and your camaraderie here on the channel. So, again, thank you for being here with me. And okay, we have the hunter. And this is actually immediately bringing up a few things for me. And out of the gate, part of what we're exiting out of in the old energy is that predator prey hunting and hunted energy. And actually moving into our aligned internal energies, right? The tempered energies. And so this feels to me representative. If any of you have had past situations coming up, like we spoke about, one of the things that we are clearing out again is the predatory energy through the dimensions. And it could be where we were preyed on, but it can also be anywhere at a time we may have been predatory. This life, other lives, and our ancestral systems. This is like where part of that, excuse me, karmic energy is rebalancing. And I want to get a little bit more with that. This is the energy that's coming through. I always honor the true hunter energy, right? The hunter gatherer and the survival of us living. But it feels important to acknowledge the energy that's actually coming through. Okay, we have the Empress. So, as the feminines, even if it's just your internal feminine energy, no matter how you identify, as we align into that Empress energy, into the feminine polarity, it actually helps to balance out the masculine polarity. And what's coming through now is like part of what we're seeing where the feminines are being guided to walk away into that new day is because the feminines are being called by the higher power into that surrendered feminine embodiment. And this is to help bring harmony and coherence to the polarities on the planet. So we're talking about those dimensions. The 2D is the polarity, it's that foundation, one of the foundations of creation, where things start to take shape. We see this by the fact that it takes a man and a woman to create a child, right? In an organic way. So, this feels very important that a big part of what is happening with the divine feminines and the feminines across the planet, whether they know about this journey or not, is that we are aligning with the feminine polarity, which is actually going to signal and support the masculine energies coming more into balance with their true tempered energies, right? So if we think about the masculine energies, the hunter is one of the aspects. But if a masculine is only in a hunting energy, that's not fully aligned with the whole masculine spectrum, right? It's not all the emperor is. The emperor isn't only the hunter. The emperor is present and kind and loving from the heart. In the hunter, the provider are aspects, but this is what we're seeing on the planet is that predatory energy is being called into alignment from the natural order selection of the energy, as and the feminines are being called into this by the higher power. That might be why so many of you are feeling now you're able to release the old patterns. You're able to release from the pain of the counterpart connection. You're able to move into the temperance. You're able to surrender your connection and trust that the higher power is taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of. And in this massive pivot point, embodiment into the physicality of the feminine essence, this is what supports the masculine with knowing how to come into their emperor energies. Okay. If we went to the extremes of the polarities, right? The hunter and the hunted, the predator and the prey, right? We see this playing out all over. If the feminines are no longer available to be prey, the masculines will have to realign with their other aspects, right? And you can look at this for yourself, right? Within your own energy, regardless of how you identify. But it's all about tempering the hunter and the hunted, the prey, the predator, all of those energies and coming into your own true alignment. Okay. So clearly, most likely, these are going to be some of the topics that we're going to work on in the session I'm going to do, and you'll see it when I post it. It'll have the wording on it, so you'll know. And on my next video, I'll let you know what comes through. But as of right now, from what I can tell, dropping into that, like I'm seeing right now, focusing on the 1D to the 5D just to get that nice physical world embodiment going and balancing out the polarities in the physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental systems. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to go into this with one session. If we need more, I'll come on and do more. But this is where things are starting to balance and harmonize out. So, stay tuned, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.